Other people can only catch one ghost. But I can catch 9.99 million. And this world's college entrance exam is about catching ghosts. If you can catch 3 ghosts in the grade A examination hall, you'll be guaranteed admission to Qingbei University. But I just clicked on the A level. But my classmates were all dumbfounded. Linamo, are you crazy? You're at the bottom of the school with only half a ghost. If you don't choose level D to save your life, choose level A. Do you want to die? I've just crossed over and awakened the strongest defense system. I confirmed it with my fingerprints. The whole class was shocked by me. They thought I committed suicide on purpose. As the examination began, 6 figures simultaneously appeared at the entrance of the Grade A Ghost World Examination Center. The next second, the examiner flashed upside down in front of everyone. Yo, only 6 people applied for level A in the provincial exam. This year's candidates are a bit timid. The test for subject 1 is very simple. If you live through the day and sign a ghost, you pass. Say, Overlord. The examiner gave each of us a teleportation talisman. If you tear it off in case of danger, you can forfeit the test. We'll be sent back to school to repeat the exam. We'll take the entrance exam next year. In addition, for each contracted ghost, you can get a ghost talisman worth 100,000 yuan. Soon the test will begin. Only the roof of the hospital where the examination center is located appeared. A mini blood-red vortex of billions of square kilometers. This bizarre scene scared the other 5 people to death. But I walked in with my hands in my pockets. I waltzed right in to find the nurse. When the ghosts saw this, the others followed. It would be a shame for me to let this loser get the good ghosts. It would be a shame. As I pushed open the door of the hospital, I saw blood stains all over the walls. Suddenly I shouted in horror. More than 5,000 ghosts. Everybody run. At that, everyone ran for their lives, yelling for help. But after a few people ran away, it disappeared. Seeing this situation, the others on the exam were shocked. Let this guy fool around. Now he must have been ghosts ripped to shreds. But from upstairs, I laughed out loud. I mocked the information in the book. The maximum number of ghosts in the horror hospital is 20. I just said, 5,000, and you all believed it. When I heard that, a few people instantly broke their defenses. You Linwood, are you trying to scare us away? We'll have the ghost all to ourselves. Just as the words left his mouth, the system suddenly alerted us that our classmates have broken their defenses. Congratulations to the host, you've gained 100 defense points. Seeing this situation, I'm so proud of myself. I'm not trying to get it all. It's obvious that you guys are too timid. At that, Glasses broke the defense again. Do you know who he is? The talented girl Sun Lily. The limit of ghost control is 3. That's 6 times your limit. However, not waiting for her to finish, I turned around and left after I finished my defense points. But before I could take a few steps, the system alerted me. We've detected a medium-sized ghost in the ophthalmology ward. Half a ghost, half a ghost. What a good thing. Soon after, I was about to go in and collect the half ghost. But Glasses stopped me. He said we should let Sun Lily, who is the most talented, go in first. I smiled at that. Since you want to go in first, then please go ahead. Who knows, they just went in. They found a huge bloody ghost hanging from the ceiling. At once they were scared to death. As the ghost released a red light, the 3 of them immediately froze in place and didn't move at all. I was shocked. It's reading. Luckily I let these 3 idiots go in first to scout the way out. After 2.5 minutes, the 3 of them moved out of the ward with great difficulty. Then they yelled at me. Spirit Mo, it's all your fault for leading us to such a dangerous place. Luckily it was us. If you were in there, you would have died long ago. But I smiled. With you 3 idiots going in to scout the way, Big Sandollar will only go in. At that, they broke their defenses again. But I was happy to receive 30 points of defense breakage. Seeing that they are no match for the ghost, they turned around and left. And I found a way to break it through observation. As long as you don't look at the ghost, I won't be hit by the illusion. Then, I turned on the electric fan in the hospital room, and the bloody ghost hanging on it. He didn't even have time to cry out. The fan threw him 200 times. Ding, congratulations, the host has gained 20 points of defense value. In no time at all, the bloodstained ghost's defense value has been thrown by the fan to 88. Just 11 more. I'll be able to force the contract. This moment, bloodstained ghost had already been thrown up twice by the fan. Seeing this situation, I flirted with Brother Tong. Be my contracted ghost. I'll turn off the fan for you. But the blood ghost snarled and said, you little brat. How dare you threaten me? When Tong growled, I turned the fan to 5 to calm down. When I saw that, the pedigree ghost immediately conceded eye sign. Turn off the fan. But after I turned off the fan, but the ghost of blood pupil delayed too. He said he just got sand in his eyes. He asked me to go to the cabinet to get him some eye drops. I opened the door and took a look. This bottle of 502 is good stuff. So I secretly switched the eye drops to 502. The ghost of the blood pupil was dripping the drops. While he was dripping the drops, he whispered that when I regained my eyesight, "I'll kill you or not." But just as he put the drops into his eyes. But he realized he couldn't open his eyes. What the hell is this 502? Damn, you're a wild card. You're a fucking dead man. Blood pupil ghosts have reached 200% of their defense value. You can choose to force a contract. Seeing this situation, I didn't hesitate at all. I chose to sign the contract directly. Dear Ms. Bloodstained Ghost, are you willing to entrust the rest of your life to Mr. Linwood? No, I don't want to. Besides, I'm a man. But the overbearing system doesn't allow the ghost to refuse. It directly started to sign the contract. Seeing this situation, the blood pupil ghost once again broke the big defense I knocked. When did I agree to this? By the time he's finished breaking his defenses, the contract was already signed. Right after that, the bloodstained ghost turned into a stream of scarlet blood. It instantly poured into my body, and my eyes were upgraded to Sharingan. Then, I went in front of the mirror and looked at it. I felt like Kakashi. Then, I looked at the attribute value of the fused blood pupil ghosts. Ghosts 100 skills, no loyalty 3, shit. Only 3, brother Tong. You have a little too much bone. Tong, however, said that you are the one who dominated me. I'm loyal to a hammer. His loyalty has dropped to only 1. He's rebellious enough, I like it. Then I decided to exchange my points for a skill. To scare him. Ding, the exchange is successful. I've acquired the pupil skill blood prison illusion. Seeing this, blood pupil ghost was shocked. You're a little kid, Nyoboi. You activated my skill so quickly. This operation directly increased his loyalty by 9. Then I went to the hospital corridor to try out this new skill. I knocked 800 degrees of myopic eyes. I actually became see-through at this moment. This is a big win. Nurse Ghost. I'm coming to the other side. Sun Ling Ling kicked the oncoming ghouls. But even if it's 3 against 3, they are no match for the ghouls. That's when Glasses had an idea. We lure the ghouls to the second floor and attack the forest. Then we can get out of the trap. But they were right in front of me when they went up the stairs. Seeing this, Glasses gave a sneer to Linwood. You're going to have bad luck. I was puzzled. What is this big sand wall talking about? The next moment, several ghouls jumped at me with their teeth and claws. Seeing this situation, I was so excited. I was just testing my skills. Then I opened my kaleidoscope Sharingan. In the next second, 5 ghouls. They were bound in mid-air by the blood jade illusion. Then I took out a large chainsaw from my pants pocket. And walked towards the 5 ghouls. With the sound of the chainsaw, the ghosts turned into 30. The scene startled the peepers. Damn, his eyes are red. He must have fused with the blood pupil ghost. This punk. How can he sign a medium ghost? 10 bonus points for breaking the defense. Worthy of being a child who delivers points. So I turned around and bragged about how it took me a full minute. Only earned 3 ghost beads worth $300,000. It's really boring. At that, the others were furious. 40 bonus points for defense breakage. Hey cool. At this time, the system prompted again. Higher level ghosts have been detected in the operating room. When I heard that, I immediately went to the operating room to take a look. What a big ghost. The ghost of the blood child beside me. He also looked like an old man. This ghost really has a devil's body. At that moment, the system alerted me that the loyalty of the blood pupil ghost had risen by 5%. Damn, they're such a good thing. You're a horny old man. Mutual recognition can also increase loyalty. After thinking about it for a while, I decided to take this big ghost under my wing. But the ghost boy advised me to leave. We can't fight this woman. That makes sense, so I rubbed alcohol and approached the ghost. Even though I was blind, I wasn't deaf. I said, "Who is it?" Then I played the zither. Instantly, a magical sound came out. I was shaken to the ground and shouted, "I'm a doctor. I'm here to operate on you." At that, the ghost stopped. Really? I don't believe it. I raised my hand and said, "Then smell it." When he smelled the alcohol, he complained, "What took you so long? I've waited 2,000 years for this operation. Come on, lie down. I'm gonna operate on you now. I'll give you anesthesia." So I took the syringe. I inserted it into his arm in a very professional way. The female ghost cried out in pain. I said, it's okay. It won't hurt next time." Then I grabbed her hand and, a powerful needle insertion. This made the blind female ghost almost opened her eyes in pain. I quickly explained that your veins are so strange, and your skin is too nice and smooth. But don't worry. I'll do it again next time. Again and again, next time will be heavy. The female ghost's hand has been stabbed by me into a hornet's nest. Suddenly she grabbed my hand with a snap. "Are you the reincarnation of Sister Rome? You're so good at blowing up." Ding, 50 points added to the defense level. Currently, the ghost's defense level is 50. We are 49 points short of signing the contract. And all the other candidates at the entrance are dumbfounded. That's a high-level ghost. Isn't Lin Mo afraid? And Sun Lily is even more unsentimental. The teacher told us. The most important thing is to overcome fear when encountering ghosts. He's the number one in the school. How can he do better than me, the school's top student? When the invigilator saw this scene, he also marveled at this little guy. He's got a lot of guts. This time, the female ghost who no longer trusts me decided not to use anesthesia. Let me do it directly. He's going to have a liposuction operation. I pulled the chainsaw out of my pocket again. You look like you're only 500 pounds. What's the point of losing weight? And you may be ugly, but you're kind. So just be yourself. The ghost is angry and said no nonsense. Hurry up and get to work. The customer is God. So how much weight do you want to lose? The female ghost said to lose half. I was shocked. Then you've become a 255. Ding, 40 bonus points for breaking the defense. Do you want to lose the left half? Or the right half? Hearing this, the ghost is angry again. She's crazy. Of course, I'll cut it evenly. Okay. Is the upper half of the body more even? Or the lower half of the body more evenly? Forget it. Why don't we cut the front? It's easier to cut the front. By the way, do you want a minimally invasive cut? Or one that leaves a scar? And is it painless or ultra painful? You didn't make it clear. You're not a very good patient. How can I operate if I don't explain everything? How can I operate? By the way, we have a membership card. Why don't you get one? You can get 10% more liposuction. It's only $5,000 more. After all my blathering. The ghost finally broke the defense. Shut up. I just want to kill you now. Ding, we've detected that the ghost has reached 500% of her defense value. You can choose to force a contract. Of course I chose to sign with the Diet Ghost. Miss, do you want to be Mr. Linwood's contracted ghost? Respect him and love him. No matter how poor or rich he is, I'll be with him with or without K. With the dinosaurs and the wolves. Are you willing? What the hell? Ding, you agree to sign the contract. Without waiting for the female ghost to react. The contract has already been signed. Damn, I didn't agree. Immediately after, the ghost turned into a red light and merged into my arm. And on my arm, there was also a bat mark on my arm. That's good. From now on, I'll be able to summon her by tapping the bat. At that moment, the ghost yelled, "Let me out." Okay, I'll let her go. Then I opened her attribute panel. Her loyalty is only 20. What a woman with a bad heart. But the ghost boy on the other side silently increased his loyalty by 20 points. Then I clicked on the defense points exchange page. Select the female ghost. Click on the fire ding to get the skill Brahma's voice. Can stun the opponent. Wow, this skill is better than the previous pupil skill. Awesome. I'm looking for another high damage output, it'll be perfect. At this time, the horn of the examination room sounded. There's still 1 hour before the ghost attack at 12:0 midnight. If you contract more than one ghost, you'll be admitted to the ICU. Dodge the attack. Those who have contracted one can stay in the general ward. Those who haven't contracted can't stay. You may be bitten to death by the spirit. The right to stay can be transferred. At that, everyone rushed to choose a room. A girl didn't get one. Half of the ghosts were scared to tears. Kiki, I was just walking to the general ward. Eyes began to call out to Lin Mu. We have a contract. It's not like you. But you're just a broken ghost. Shame on you. You're a clear-eyed, ignorant fool. You're a tough guy. It's disgusting. The thought of living with a loser like that tonight. I'm gonna puke. You're right. I'm not gonna live with a bunch of idiots like you. That's what you said. The girl next to me thought I was gonna give up my right to stay. She asked me if I wanted to make a move. But I laughed and was embarrassed. I want to stay in the ICU ward. At that, Sun Lily looked disdainful. Bullshit. Isn't the contract limit half a ghost? So what? I just like to live in ICU. So I put my hand on the detector. The test passed. Seeing this situation, a few people immediately broke the big defense dam. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. You must have cheated. Ding, congratulations, the host has gained 150 defense points. Get out of here. I want to report. But I was surprised when I entered the ICU. There's hot pot. Come on, eat up. The flavor is really good. Do you want to try it too? It's even better than outside hot pot restaurants. Oh yes. You're too good. You don't have the right to stay in the ICU. It's a pity. I can only enjoy the scene by myself. Immediately led a few people outside the room to break the big room, and gave this punk loaded to the ding. Breaking the room points plus 100. And Sun Lily is also directly angry. Blow up. I offer 10,000 yuan. With you to change a ward. I heard the words, but I am happy I have eaten half of it. How to change spit out to you. But Sun Lily said she only wanted the room. Not hot pot. And don't forget my father. Whoever offended me, you'll see. As a top dog licker eyes. He also growled at Lin Mo. Don't be so shameless. Quickly give up the room. After a moment's thought, I said it's not impossible to change it. Sun Lily, you beat your eyes into a pig's head and I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Sun Lily looked at Lu Zhe. I'll make it up to you when I get out. I'll make it up to you when I get out. and Eyes is ready to be beaten. Okay, go ahead. As soon as he spoke, Sun Lily slapped him with the force of 900 oxen. Defensive points plus 20. But I laughed, are you playing a game? Can you not be more forceful? At that, Sun Lily raised her hand again. She slapped Eyes with a force of 1,800 cows. Are you satisfied now? I laughed, but I couldn't. I can slap a mosquito with more force than you can. Besides, I just said I was thinking about it. I thought about it now. Do not change here this. Sun Lily broke super generous. You're a man of your word. You wait for regret. I am happy to receive the 100 points of defense. This wave really earned hemp. Soon the time came to 12 o'clock at night. The only girl who hasn't contracted a ghost asked her boyfriend, Kuin, for help. She wanted him to give her a room. But Kuin was hesitant. Seeing this situation, the girl ranted and raved, do you love me or not? You have a contract. Ghosts are safer than me out there. Kuin was still in a dilemma. The girl said, don't worry. If you're attacked by a spirit outside, even if I kneel down, I'll ask Sun Lily to help you. At that, Kuin finally agreed. Then he walked out. Seeing this scene, I was speechless. He'll be repeating his studies next year. I slept soundly at night. But Sun Lily thought the bed in the general ward was dirty and licked the dog. Eyes immediately put on his own clothes. On the other hand, Kuin crouched in the corridor waiting for dawn. As long as we can stay up a little longer, dawn will be free. But at that moment, a ghostly cry came from the hospital corridor. A huge black shadow appeared. He had red eyes and red teeth, shouting that he wants to eat human flesh. It's a vicious chainsaw ghost. There are 4 levels of ghosts, and the evil spirits are 1 level higher than. Ghosts are 1 level higher. Seeing this situation, Quan immediately summoned the ghost of his contracted talisman. He was ready to fight for his life. But the ghost cursed at him when he came out. Why can't we sleep at night? I have to go to work tomorrow. What the hell is this? How the hell can I beat it? Forget it, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Soon the 2 ghosts were fighting in the corridor. This scene, a few people in the hospital room watched. Speaking of which, girl, that's your boyfriend out there, right? Who knows that the girl directly hid under the quilt? Said she didn't know the man outside. This immediately attracted the villainous trio of contempt for a while. But I couldn't sit still. Let me see if this chainsaw ghost is worth it. Let's see if this chainsaw ghost is worth it. At the moment, outside the hospital room, the chainsaw ghost's 50,000-pound foot stomped down. He crushed the ghost of the talisman. Then he took up the chainsaw again. He smashed the hand of the ghost of the talisman. Then he ate the food with a squeaky mouth. It's disgusting. He grabbed the ghost and cut off his head. When I saw the scene, I immediately burst out laughing. Strength looks good. Our hacking team. We're missing a violent ghost. At this moment, the chainsaw ghost approached Kuin. He's gonna try to eat this tender flesh. This scared the shit out of Kuin. He screamed for his girlfriend to save him. But his girlfriend is an ostrich, hiding under the blanket, shivering. Seeing this situation. But I laughed. Looks like another god of pure love has fallen tonight. At this moment, Kuin is still frantically calling for help. But the answer was a big chainsaw. Kuin rushed to avoid it. But the next second, Chainsaw Ghost flew up and kicked him 800 miles straight away. Then he came closer and shouted, I want to eat meat. I want to eat meat. Then he cut his right arm. Then the Chainsaw Ghost picked up the broken arm and ate it. He was about to die. Kuin decided. He decided to tear off the teleportation talisman, to give up this college entrance exam. However, he realized that he couldn't tear the talisman with one hand. At that moment, the Chainsaw Ghost raised his chainsaw again. I warned you, Iron Bean. If you don't have hands, why don't you use your mouth? At that, Kuin woke up with a start. He did as he was told. With a golden light, Kuin disappeared into thin air, leaving behind only a sentence Lin Mu. Thank you at the same time. At the same time, the radio announced that Kuin Chainsaw Ghost blew up the meat. Where's my meat? I want to eat meat. Ding, the defense value is increased by 40. I received the points. I immediately made a face at the Chainsaw Ghost. I made a face at the Chainsaw Ghost and laughed at him. He was so angry that he came straight at me. However, his chainsaw did not damage the ward's shields. The ward's shields remained intact. Then I got some food on my hands. You want some? The big fool saw this. The Chainsaw Ghosts were crying. But he was always blocked by the shield. Then he hit the shield again and again, and I kept provoking him. After an hour, he finally got tired. He just turned around and left. I was so scared, I took my fingerprints off the shield. I rushed out and yelled, don't go. I'm coming out to feed you. At that, the Chainsaw Ghost turned around and said, damn, wild meat. The other onlookers were dumbfounded. This Lin Mo is too wavy. He's going to die this time. When the Chainsaw Ghost rushed back excitedly, I smiled coldly. Then I jumped back into the shield. With a clang, the Chainsaw Ghost hit the shield with a solid thud. He was so angry he contributed 50 points and left. But then I jumped out again, and I came out again. Eat me. The chainsaw ghost couldn't take it. He turned around and came at me again. And it hit the shield again. After 998 rounds of this cycle, I've had my fun. And he's completely out of defense. The audience was dumbfounded. Yellow Hair realized something amazing. I'm chasing after a broken chainsaw ghost. Chainsaw swore he wouldn't turn back this time. I had to run in front of him. Look at the freshly baked human arm. Ghost of Dry Rice cried. Once again he couldn't move his legs. I'm gonna saw you. I want to eat meat. But at that moment, I opened my Sharingan eye, the red tree and blood jade illusion, and instantly stopped the chainsaw ghost in its tracks. Agu, what's wrong? Why aren't you eating my arm? They're fat but not greasy. Not too skinny. Delicious. The chainsaw ghost is shaking with anger. But there was nothing he could do. Then I gave the chainsaw ghost 10.5 big pussies. You eat it, asshole. Why don't you eat? Are you looking down on my meat? Ding, the defense value has reached 90. I'm still 9 points away from signing the contract. Who knows that I have not played for a long time. The effect of the blood pupil will end. Chainsaw ghost went crazy and smashed his chainsaw. But I was already behind him. I see you don't like it. I'm going home now. Bye-bye. Chainsaw ghost couldn't take it anymore. I'm going to eat you and then I'm going to kill you. I'm going to eat you before I kill you. I'll pull you out and eat you again. Ding, we've detected that Chainsaw Ghost's defense has reached 500%. We can force a contract. Sign, Mr. Chainsaw Ghost. Excuse me, Mr. Chainsaw Ghost? Are you willing to become Lin Mo's third contracted ghost? The Chainsaw Ghost is dumbfounded. What kind of ghost is this? Without waiting for an answer, the system prompted, thank you for your approval. The contract is successful. Chainsaw Ghost was confused again. I didn't say anything. Then he transformed into a ghost. In a flash, his breath melted into my arm tattoo. This scene stunned the Invigilator. Damn, just now the Chainsaw Ghost was clearly rioting. Why was it contracted? Even the bigwigs at the security bureau can't do that. How did a kid do that? At that moment, the radio suddenly blared. The Chainsaw Ghost has been destroyed. There's still one last ghost left in the hospital. What? The Chainsaw Ghost is gone? That's a spirit-level ghost. Who the hell is that? I had my hands in my pockets. I walked past Sun Lily and the others with my hands in my pockets. Ding. 40 defense points from Sun Lily and Eyes. That's great. We should protect these 2 bonus points. Squeeze them slowly. Then I looked at the Chainsaw Ghost. Attribute Ghostbusters. 560 loyalty. 5 double skills. This eater's loyalty is only 5. I'll have to buy some pork and CPU him. Then I'm going to activate my next 2 skills. Anyway, I've earned enough defense points to spend. Ding, activate Bloodlust. Ding to activate Chainsaw Dance. Good. 1 passive attack. A V-range damage. Hey, double team control and high attack damage. I'm just asking if our hacking team is any good. Unfortunately, my ghost power is too low right now. I can only control a ghost. I still can't get a handle on the Chainsaw Ghost. I have to work hard next. Improve my ghost control ability. So I fell asleep. I started practicing in my sleep. After 7 hours of sleep, the sky finally dawned. The girl who woke up now looked innocent. Why are you looking at me? I laughed coldly at Mr. Xiao, looking at the blood on the ground. Do you have anything to say? Xiao Yan argued that I didn't even have a contract. Ghosts can't save him even if they go out. Besides, he did it of his own free will. Don't mind your own business. But I yelled. Didn't you say you'd beg Sun Lily to help even if you had to kneel? Didn't you say you'd beg Sun Lily to help? You'll have to be careful with the rest of the test. At this time, the Invigilator said from above the hospital. We will now begin the Battle Royale mode. The ultimate evil spirit will hunt you down. If you're still alive before 12 o'clock, you'll pass the test. As soon as the words left my mouth, I saw a green spirit. It was perched on the wall. What the hell? The ultimate evil spirit is coming? But why can't they see it? Is it because I have a bloodline? Then I blocked my bloodline to see it. And I couldn't see them. So they're invisible ghosts? So, I pretended to the crowd and said, do you want to know? Where is the evil spirit? Frog with a heart of gold kept rubbing his belly. The evil spirit is right behind you. They were speechless. There you go again. You think you're funny, don't you? Xiao Yan is also mocking that the man with the lower head is really boring. But a ghostly hand instantly pierced through his body. This scene made the 3 of them dumbfounded on the spot. Xiao Yan just wanted to yell at everyone to save him. But the next second, he was already embraced by the invisible ghost. The others were stunned. They knew there was a ghost but couldn't see it. It was horrible. And then, they saw the girl's body cut into 3 snacks. Oh my god. So brutal. I was so scared that I hurried to leave. Sun Lily thought for a moment. Quickly called 2 lickers to follow. He can see ghosts. We follow him to hide. But when I was running leisurely, Chainsaw Ghost jumped out. He said he wanted to kill the invisible ghost. To avenge the loss of his flesh. He said the invisible ghost had robbed him 9.8 times. That's a total of 9,000 pounds of meat. He's got a vendetta against him. No wonder his loyalty is so low. He's so vindictive. So I decided to work with him to kill the invisible ghost. Then I hit the gas and braked. What the hell are you running for? There's still so much time left before 12 o'clock. I'll break my legs. The three of them were dumbfounded. If you don't run, can you beat him? I rolled up my sleeves with a cold face. That's right, today I'm gonna fuck him to death. Damn, a few people immediately scared piss. Hurry away from me. Soon the invisible ghost chased up. He stretched out his 800-meter tongue and rolled it down towards me. And I suddenly activated the first contracted ghost's blood red technique. Just when I thought I could immobilize him. He came right behind me. Damn, that's fast. His body was like the wind. Quickly grabbed at me. He was about to blow me up. The students who took the exam with me covered their eyes in fear and didn't dare to look. Lin Mo is finished. It's all his fault. He got himself killed. But after a few seconds, they couldn't help but open their eyes and look at me. Knock, Lin Mo. He actually did not die. The students were immediately shocked just like their classmates. Especially when they saw I had summoned the second contracted ghost. And used the high-level illusion spell Brahma's voice to demand life. They were even more dumbfounded. Why did Lin Mo summon another contracted ghost? Isn't his contract limit 0.5? Can the contract limit be increased? It's different from what the textbook says. But even though he's already contracted 1.5 ghosts, but compared to a genius like me, there's still a half a ghost difference. Hey, after all, a loser is still a loser. Who knows? I smiled evilly. Tapped the second chainsaw tattoo on my hand. Come out, chainsaw ghost. A chainsaw ghost tens of thousands of miles high appeared behind me. And the next thing I know, he pulled out an 8-meter-long chainsaw from his ear. It was directed at the invisible ghost, who had been immobilized by the fan in Sokyo. Seeing this, the invisible ghost's 6 eyes were 7 of them. I'm gonna chop him in front of my finger. The chainsaw ghost has already rushed forward with hunger and thirst. The invisible ghost can't move. He can only watch as the other guy cuts him down, taking a 5,000+ hit to the shoulder. Then the chainsaw ghost began his relentless ghostly slashing. I'll let you take my flesh. I'll let you steal my meat. Tension, host. The invisible ghost's blood level is down to 5. Seeing this situation, I shouted excitedly, Precious, quickly use your killing technique. At the sound of her voice, Precious played a song called Broken Liver with her fingers. Where can I find my soulmate? This move instantly killed the invisible ghost on the spot. Ding, chainsaw ghost's loyalty has increased by 20%. At the same time, the invisible ghost dropped a green ghost pearl. I walked over and picked it up. Hey, I made a few $100,000. When I was done, I took the 2.5 ghosts directly. I took back the 2.5 ghosts into my arm's ghost tattoo. The students were stunned by this scene. No, really? That chainsaw ghost was also contracted by him? How could he have contracted 2 full-bodied ghosts? He even activated a high-level skill like Brahma Soul. Sun Lily is even more constipated. Then my position as the top of the grade is not guaranteed. We can't let him continue to develop. Otherwise, he'll become a big problem. I have to ask my father in the security bureau to do something about him. At this moment, the invigilators watching the Battle Royale monitor are also dumbfounded. Is this still human? In less than a day, he contracted 3 ghosts and activated 5 skills. The military god is just like that, isn't he? I thought he's a reckless person who wants to die. I didn't realize the clown was me. Among the students of this year's college entrance exam, except for the daughter of the head of the security bureau, he killed 2 evil spirits alone. Lin Mu is the most brilliant. At that moment, a man walked in. I didn't expect to see a student as good as Gao Shishir this year. At the sound of his voice, all the teachers turned their heads and said hello to the minister. The minister smiled and said, after the examination, Mr. A Ming, go find Lin Mu personally. We want to give him the best educational resources. At this time in the examination room, I've already turned in my exams early for the Battle Royale test. After 3 years of being the tail end of the race, I've finally seen the springtime, although I've only contracted 2.5. But if I get 9.99 million in the future, I might be able to stand on top of the world. From this point of view, crossing over from the blue planet to this place doesn't seem too bad. Soon it's time to hand in the last exam. The invigilator is floating in the air. The invigilators will give the candidates their results. Wu Kuan and Xiao Yan quit in the middle of the exam. 0 points Zhao Yuan contracted a ghost. 60 points Lu Zhe contracted a ghost and killed it. 70 points Sun Lily contracted 1 and killed 2. 80 points and finally, the best of the best. Lin Mu contracted 2 ghosts and 1 evil spirit. He killed 5 ghosts and 1 spirit. 90 points, well-deserved MVP. Extra reward. A green stone ghost pearl. Good, with this pearl, I was able to upgrade my blood pupil ghost and activate skill 2. Then I put this precious ghost bead in a plastic bag. I put it in a 20-cent plastic bag. Seeing this scene, the students instantly broke their defenses. What a waste. Ding, 40 bonus points for breaking defense. At this time, the invigilator said, "Congratulations to all of you. You've passed the test. Now return to school." As the invigilator changed his hand, a yellow chakra swirls on the ground. Wrapped in chakra, we disappeared into the examination room. At that moment, the teacher of the second class of the third year was anxiously waiting for the results of our exams. Everyone must come back safe and sound. But the next moment, with a few swipes, everyone was transported back to class. But some of them had 3 broken arms. Some have lost 3 of their eyes. Some even lost their minds. They were screaming for help from the teacher. When they saw this, teachers rushed to the infirmary for help. After treating the injured students, the class teacher began to count the number of people. 50 candidates. So far, 20 have passed the test. 10 were seriously injured. Suddenly I flashed back to the classroom. The homeroom teacher was shocked like a teacher. "You came back from a ghost zone with a mortality rate of 250. When I didn't say anything, the homeroom teacher looked anxious. "Did you get traumatized?" Then he embraced me in his arms. In the face of such a warm scene, I calmly took out my test scores, 90 points. The best in the room. The homeroom teacher looked incredulous. The worst student in the whole school. The worst candidate in the school actually broke the school's all-time best score record. It took 200 years to digest the news. The teacher slapped me on the shoulder with the force of 5,000 oxen. "You're the one. I told you you'd be the best." I was speechless at the news. "You're the one who usually yells at me the most." The homeroom teacher looked embarrassed. "Don't worry about the details. But what's in this bag?" "This? It's just corpse beads from some of the corpses at the hospital. Jewelry and so on. It's only worth $5, $6, $7, $8 million. Teacher is confused. It's not easy for others to live. But this guy can still die. He touched something on a human body. He's got the guts to do it. Isn't he the new star of the ghost world?" Suddenly, there was a swish. My best friend Fatty came back too. But he was asleep. I took a look. He really chose the lowest difficulty level D-Ghost. And he didn't waste a single point. He just passed the exam. Not bad for the king of swingers. Then I poked and prodded him that school was over. He didn't respond. "Let's go get some meat on me." He came to his senses. Then we went to the barbecue place. Then, I used my cell phone to tell my parents about my test scores. Mom and Dad were so happy. They were as happy as a 500-month-old baby. I thought I could get a college degree. I'd already be spraying lasers from my ancestors' graves. I didn't realize that I was the MVP of my class. Then the two of them wiped their scythes on their pants legs. Wiped it on their pants legs. Asked me if I had enough money to spend. I said it was enough. I told them to take care of their health. After all, they're old. They smiled and laughed. "We're fine. You also go to eat first. Hang up the phone." Dad smiled evilly. "Foam grown up. You've grown to love us." And under his feet, there are dozens of heads of Security Bureau's ghost masters. The last one who didn't die shouted, "The Security Bureau won't let go of the rest of you." The next moment my father sent him to the Western Paradise. How dare a small Security Bureau not know how to live? "I'm going to kill all of you." Mom, on the other hand, said in a gentle tone. She said, "It's the 7th wave this year. The Security Bureau hasn't found out about us. Has it?" Dad smiled evilly. "I think they've just increased the scope of their search. And if they really get desperate, we'll go to the provincial capital. We'll kill everyone at the Security Bureau headquarters." On the other side, after Fatty and I finished the barbecue, it was already 10 o'clock at night. So we took a cab back to the dormitory. But the driver took me to a mass grave on the outskirts of the city. As soon as I was pulled out of the car, I saw a little girl with an amazing figure. She was wearing heavy makeup. She had a good head turn. She looked like she had a nice waist. But I said, "Oh my God. So she's a back killer." 5 out of 5 on the front. The girl in the clown suit is pissed off. "Shut up." Ding. "Congratulations to the host, you've earned 20 defense points." Hey 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 hey. Suitable to be my points tool. At that moment, the clown girl walked towards me and kicked me in the face. The force of 800 oxen directly stirred me. "Give me all your ghost beads, or I'll knock out all 9 of your waists." I was shocked at that. That's good. I've had weak kidneys since I was a kid. It's useless to keep these loins. When I heard that, the clown girl immediately got angry. "Did you think I was joking?" "No, I just think you're funny." When I said that, the clown girl was shaking with anger. "Are you crazy? I'm robbing you. Be serious. Show some respect for my profession, okay?" Ding. "Congratulations to the host, you have gained 20 points of defense points. Give me the ghost beads right now." At this moment, my little brother came forward with a half-meter long sword. "Boss, you don't have to talk to him. He's just lying. You guys are for real." Then I ran away. Seeing this situation, 2 of my men immediately summoned the contracted ghosts. Soon, A ghost of death and a drunkard were summoned. Then they attacked me directly. The 800 kg body of the drunkard immediately smashed the ground into pieces. I hurriedly dodged and drew away from them. But the drunkard squatted and drank the fake wine, and then directly sprayed alcohol towards me. I felt dizzy for a moment, as if it wasn't the drunkard who drank the fake wine. Instead, it was me. The clown girl took the opportunity to summon 2 high-level ghosts. She was going to kill me at once. I was so scared that I smacked myself several hundred times. I didn't think I'd actually sobered myself up. In that case, I can only educate you, clown girl. When I came to my senses, the 3 of them decided to take action together. I saw 4 contracted ghosts pouncing on me. I let out a cold snort. I summoned the weight loss ghosts on my arm. Jeanne is also a ruthless person. She came up with a big attack. Brahma Soundlock. Under the sound wave attack, several ghosts were instantly stunned in mid-air. And Joker Woman's trio was also controlled in the same place. Seeing this situation, I summoned the Chainsaw Ghost. Capture the king first. Saw the clown girl. However, the ghost of Chainsaw slashed down. And it missed. The clown girl dodged it and looked like she was impressed. I've robbed hundreds of high school seniors. You're the first one I want to take seriously. Seeing the clown girl's strength, I decided to take care of his 2 minions first. On receiving the order, Chainsaw Ghost rushed forward. He sawed off the man's arms and legs with a single blow. Seeing this situation, the clown girl thought it was bad. Hurriedly called for retreat. Before she left, she said, "I'll remember you. It's not over yet." But I smiled wryly and remembered to wear high-vis next time. I loved to see the clown girl shouting hooligan. She rewarded me with 30 defense points. I was puzzled. I've seen this girl somewhere before. Then I suddenly remembered. This girl seems to be the daughter of the director of security. Gao Shir, brother blood pupil. What do you think? They are 98% alike. Both have a circumference of 9,690. You're worthy of being my bloodstained brother. You're really a professional. I picked up the ghost beads. But at that moment, I suddenly realized I was in the middle of nowhere. I don't have a car to go home. If I meet a ghost on the road, I'd be scared to death. And after the clown girl brought her men back to the warehouse, she looked like she was blaming me for your injuries. I didn't realize this kid could fight so well. But my boy sighed and said we were useless. If it wasn't for your destiny, Miss Ghost was stolen by your sister. We wouldn't have been able to beat him. The clown girl looked sad. Forget it. Forget it. He washed the clown makeup off with water. I can't believe it. She looks exactly like that girl genius. And after 200 broken legs, I finally made it home. I was so tired. I was just about to lie down and take a nap. There was a loud but elegant classical music coming from the roof. Damn. It's 2:30 in the morning. Can't we sleep? I hadn't slept for 25 hours a day. I instantly wanted to kill someone. As the newest and strongest ghost master in the school, I've been putting up with this shit for 2 years. I've communicated with them 3,899 times. But every time, the other party not only ignored me, they even called me names. They even changed the noise from daytime to late night on purpose. Today, I'm going to teach the landlord upstairs a lesson. I rolled up my sleeves. I double-clicked the shortcut on my arm. Then, I said to the summoned Precious, I'm telling you, you do this and that. And then you do this and this. And then this and that. At the same time, upstairs, the bears had just finished singing about elegant classical dinosaurs. Mantis is now yelling post-aughts. The code word music for I love you, you're not expensive. His mom and dad are blind as a bat. They're applauding their son like crazy. They say their son will be better than Knifelang. He'll be able to write songs even better than Rakshasa. The kid believes it. Then I'll give Kalang another chance. I'll sing his Rakshasa High Sure song. But just then, a -200-degree cloudy. The wind blew. The child's mother instantly raised 9,000 hairs. Then he said with a tense face, Daddy, there's no such thing as dirt, is there? But the man swore to reassure his wife. The security bureau has long since wiped out all the PPOs in the city. At this moment, the bear child suddenly yelled, Mom and Dad, what are you doing? The future superstar is singing for you. And you're still talking to each other downstairs. The man smiled and said, Dad was wrong. Son, you continue. Then the bear boy sang a song about a chicken. You're too beautiful, but just then, the living room lights suddenly went out. The landlady screamed in fear. Her husband said, Don't worry, it's just a power outage. What's strange is that the TV was still on when the power went out. Only to see Precious in the TV. She laughed at the family. The family screamed and screamed. Turn it off. Turn off the TV. As the TV was turned off, the 3 of them were relieved. But the next second, the landlord's mother and son pointed at the man and screamed, That woman ghost. Behind you. They saw Precious floating behind the man. She had an eerie look on her face. Who's singing? Calling me to come out. And I heard a family of 3 screaming upstairs. I was so happy. Now I can finally sleep in peace. Ding, congratulations, the host has gained 60 defense points. In a row, I've gained 180 points. So I recalled the ghost with great satisfaction. Listening to the father upstairs, he yelled at me. What the hell kind of song are you singing? You've brought all the ghosts here. I'll beat you to death. The son was so remorseful. He vowed never to sing again. Listening to such a pleasant noise, I drifted off to sleep. The next morning, I met the landlord and his family in the hallway. Landlord, you had a big party last night. You had a party. Why is your child's face swollen? Was he beaten up? But the man sighed and said not to mention it. The house was haunted last night. I pretended to be surprised. What kind of ghosts are in the city? I don't believe it. But the man beat up the kid. He's the one who's been crying and wailing. He made the girl think she was singing. I laughed at that. That's all right. These musical ghosts usually eat people and leave. Don't be afraid. The man looked nervous. Do you know how to get rid of disasters? Aren't you from the Ghost Academy? I'm sure I know how to get rid of ghosts. After all, I've specialized in exorcism for 30 years. But I swore I'd never do it lightly. The man immediately raised his hand and said you'd get half a year's rent free. Since the landlord is so sincere, I'll give it a try. So I pretended to take a jar of salt. I sprinkled it wherever it was clean. Then I drank a mouthful of water. Then I sprayed the landlord's face with salt. After the soda was done, they praised me for being a master. But as soon as I left the landlord's house, my cell phone suddenly rang. I saw Fatty send me a message, Brother Mo. Get on the phone, let's go to King of Glory. King's Honor. It's a touch bar game similar to King of Glory. But the difference is, the characters in the game are the ghosts of this world. So, I immediately chose my ghost brother as the game character. I've been taught by the top fielder. Straight away I did a level 2 grab. With a set of combos. I took the blood of the bandage ghost in the middle of the road. The opposite side of the clown girl yelled at this pedigree. Ghost is a dog, right? There's no such thing as a level 2 grab. Ding, congratulations, the host has gained 10 defense points. There's no such thing as a good thing. So I spent the whole game trying to kill the ghost of bandages. As the other ghosts exploded, after one game, I actually gained 200 points. At this time a clown with no feelings requested me to add a friend. I saw that this is not exactly the bandage ghost from the last game, so I rejected it without hesitation. Ding. The clown with feelings has rewarded me with 10 defense points. At that moment, there was a knock on my door. I saw an old man. He claimed to be the principal of the White Sheep Academy, Jaifeng. He said that if I go to his college, I'd get free tuition and accommodation, and he'd give me $1 million in scholarships every year. But just when I was about to sign the contract, a woman came out of nowhere and changed everything. First, she called the president a liar. It's obviously an 18th-rate duck university. Then he said he's the best college in the province. A teacher at Snow Phoenix College. After that, he handed me a shiny enrollment letter. But before I could open it, the woman's phone rang. In the next second, the woman roared on the other end. Immediately cancel Lin Mo's enrollment. The woman was as confused as a woman. After some inquiries, she learned that the director and deputy director of the security bureau, they've banned me from the whole province. They banned me from all colleges and universities. And the reason is, I performed better than Sun Lily on the college entrance exam. Sun Lily asked her father to use the identity of the deputy director to block me from the whole province. But I didn't care. I just study at home. But the woman told me, if I didn't go to college, I wouldn't be able to enter the ghost world. And I couldn't get a ghost master's license. It's like losing my future. At that moment, an old man, the principal of the school, yelled, "What are you afraid of? What's wrong with the security bureau? I don't give a damn about them. Come to our White Sheep Academy." I was happy to hear this, although I already knew that White Sheep College is just a rogue college. But it's better than not being able to become a ghost master. So I signed up without hesitation. At that moment, the principal pimped me out again. He said that if I could get one student to come to Poplar College, I'd be rewarded $100,000 in referral fees. That's a good thing. I immediately called my best friend. I called my best friend, Fatty, and asked him to go to Mallard College with me. And I thought I could settle my grudge with Sun Lily. I didn't expect that night when I was shopping for ghosts. Sun Lily brought her brother, Sun Mao. He came to trouble me again, because he didn't think killing my career was enough. He wanted to humiliate me again. His brother immediately said it was reasonable. Then he walked towards me. At that moment, unbeknownst to me, I was looking at a rollerball. The boss asked for $400,000. I don't know how to bargain. Asked the boss $20. I asked the boss if he would sell it. The boss was shocked by my generosity and readiness. Shocked and speechless. But then Sun Mao snatched the ball from my hand. He said he wanted the original price. Then he taunted me for being a poor man. Don't come out without money. Don't show your face to the ghost master. When I saw Sun Lily behind me, my face turned ugly. This guy is really a ghost. When the stall owner heard that someone bought it at the original price, he's so happy he's got a good eye. But I mocked aside, you are a pig? This ghost bead has cracks. It's worth $50,000 at most. You bought it for $400,000. But Sun Mao looks like he doesn't care. I'm rich. You don't care if I like it. It's better than being a poor dog. So I shouted out to all the bosses. There's a big shot here. He wants to buy your cracked ghost beads at the original price. At the sound of that, the bosses came in droves. They're such a fool. Take a look at my beads, pretty boy. Is guaranteed to have 108 cracks. Sun Lily and her siblings were shocked by the enthusiasm of the bosses. They turned around and ran away. Congratulations to the host, you've gained 10 defense points. Naturally, I wouldn't let them go so easily. Then I shouted, Agu, isn't this the son and daughter of the deputy director of security? Oh my god. He just said he likes to buy cracked balls at the original price. But he really has connections, and then he just left. He's not a man of his word. I'm afraid Mr. Sun's reputation will be ruined. When they heard that, they were furious. But the people who are watching are saying, the Sun family. They don't need that kind of money. I think Mr. Sun's son is a sophomore genius at Xiafeng University. I didn't realize he could make up his own mind. I had no choice. Sun had no choice but to take out a gold card and buy it. I buy all. So he bought $8 million of scrap crack tumblers. Seeing this scene, I was so happy. But they were furious. Ding, congratulations, the host has gained 200 defense points. At this time, the siblings came over aggressively. Lin Mo, you wanna die? But I said lazily, please. It was you who said you liked the cracked ghost pig. I'm the one who shouted for you. I didn't even charge you for shouting. Sun Mao was furious at Lin Mo. I'm going to fight you. No way. You're going to fight a sophomore against a senior? Are you sure you want to be so shameless? Sun Mao took out the ghost beads he just bought. He said, don't say I'm bullying you. If you win, you can have this $8 million. Damn, there is such a good thing. I agreed immediately. Soon we arrived at the ring reserved for ghost masters. The clown girl who came to watch recognized me at once. She immediately shouted, kill the man who killed Snow Phoenix. At this moment, Sun Mao was in the ring and shouted, don't blame me if you kill or maim him. I thought it was funny. How could I give you a chance to maim me? If I can't beat you, I'll run. I'll strike first. I summoned the Chainsaw Ghost. Chainsaw Ghost has a 10-meter chainsaw. It rushed forward. Sun Mao hurriedly dodged the attack. Then he double-clicked on his 3 tattoos. He instantly summoned his 3 evil spirits. This Suinmo has something. A tank. A mage. 1 control. It's a perfect lineup. So it looks like we'll have to do a sneak attack. At this moment, the owner of the ghost beads asked the clown girl, is this high school boy your boyfriend? You're so obsessed with him. That the clown girl quickly argued, are you crazy? No, I'm not. I just don't want Snow Phoenix to win. At the same time, the drowned ghost in the ring launched his big move, Suffocation, successfully trapping me in place. And my Chainsaw Ghost counterattack was blocked by Sun Mao's giant ghost. Seeing this, Sun Mao laughed out loud and watched my last combo. KO you. As soon as he said that, the drowned ghost launched a big move and died. In the nick of time, I was able to dodge it with my blood pupil. Then I summoned Chainsaw Ghost to take the damage for me. After being injured, the Chainsaw Ghost entered a bloodthirsty state. He instantly became stronger. Then he sliced through the giant ghost with his chainsaw. Sun was so angry that he let the Chainsaw Ghost attack me. Luckily, I had a good position. I dodged them all easily. Seeing the scene, the clown girl who was watching the game was so amused. So much for the genius of the beautiful Snow Phoenix. Hidden in the crowd, the deputy director of the Education Bureau, Zhang Shan, held up the frame of the mirror. This little girl is so noisy. Then he joked with the clown girl. I think your Lin Mu is dying. But the clown girl looked unconvinced. I don't think so. Dare you bet a ball? Zhang Shan smiled brightly. Let's bet on a lapis lazuli ball. If you win, I'll give it to you. If you lose, just apologize to me. When she heard of such a good thing, the little girl immediately agreed. Meanwhile, in the ring, Sun Mao and I fought for another 8,866 rounds. I could see that I had been caught by his skills. But in the next second, the tables turned. It turned out that he was caught in my reverse illusion. He thought he was binding me. I didn't realize that he was binding himself. Seeing the scene, the stage was filled with cheers. But Masayama's face was stern. The Bloodline Ghost's reaction is very harsh. Without training. If you don't have training, you'll be lucky to hit it once in 10,000 times. But he can do it without any training. Lin Mo is definitely a once-in-a-century genius. At this moment, the clown girl on the side smiled and said, see? Even the genius of Snow Phoenix can't beat Lin Mo. At that moment, Sun Lily was not happy. Who says my brother will lose? Then he shouted, brother, quickly use your joint skill. This is Sun Mao's newly learned super kill. I was going to use it in the 100 schools competition. Now he can only use it against me. Then he stupidly said, Let's stop here. With that, Sun Mao opened his mouth and sucked in. The next second, behind him appeared a 200 kilograms of fat. This fat man sprayed a mouthful of water. Let me fall into it. At the same time, the drowning ghost suddenly appeared in front of me from the water. Then he held me in his arms. And the electrocuted ghost unleashed another big move. As long as I'm in the water, he can definitely electrocute me. Such careful coordination. It's really a joint skill. But it's a pity that I still have a Weight Watchers ghost that I haven't used yet. Then I summoned Precious directly. And he didn't hesitate. He came up with a Brahma rope. And at the same time, he attacked Sun Mao's body with a sound wave. That's right, my method of fighting is to exchange one life for another. You electrocute the ghost, you electrocute me. I've lost weight, and my ghosts are in trouble too. Your life. When Sun Mao was immobilized, he called for the giant ghost to return to the defense. However, I had already predicted all this. I ordered the chainsaw ghost to intercept him. Sun Mo had no choice but to call for a frontal attack. My electrode ghost returned to defense. After all, he thought my life was worth less than his. However, at that moment, I immediately released Chainsaw Ghost's second skill. Chainsaw Dance instantly sliced the opponent's electrode ghost, and then continued to slice towards Sun Mao. This blow almost took his head off. Luckily, he was able to avoid it by getting down on the ground in time. He also lost an ear. Ding, congratulations to the host for gaining 50 defense points. Seeing that his two ghosts were both crippled, Sun could only call the drowned ghost back to his side for protection, and I was able to get out of his waters. Then I took control of Jin. I unleashed the Brahma sound rope again. Fate Brahma Soul. Kills any ghost with less than 5 blood. Soon Sun Mao's two ghosts were killed in one blow. Seeing this scene, Sun Mao cried out in misery. My ghosts! I've nurtured these two ghosts for over 2,000 years. They're gone. Then he spat out a mouthful of 82-year-old blood. Once a contracted ghost dies, the ghost master will be affected accordingly. Ding! Congratulations! The host has gained 200 defense points. And right at this moment, there were 3,000 decibels of cheers from the stage. I'm gonna Sun Lily. Give it to me. My 8 million ghost pearls. Sun Lily hated me and got out. You wait for me. I won't be finished until I kill you. But I smiled. I like it when you can't stand me. But you can't get rid of me. Zhang Shan, deputy director of the Education Bureau, watched a sigh of relief. First, I didn't realize that the so-called geniuses have so many plans. Secondly, I did not expect a real genius like me. The security bureau actually blocked it just like that. This time, the clown girl went up to Uncle. Where's my ghost pearl? Zhang Shan handed over the ghost pearl. The clown girl went crazy with joy. She kissed the ghost pearl and ran away. But when she passed by Sun Lily and the others, but she heard. He said to a group of senior ghost masters in ambush. He said, kill Lin Mu. Do it cleanly. The clown girl was shocked. He's gonna play a dirty trick. Now Lin Mo's aura is exhausted. The contracted ghost is seriously injured and will surely die. I can't just ignore it. At this moment, I was whistling happily on the street without knowing it. Just then, a huge pile of slime suddenly hit the bottom of my feet. A big hole was eroded in the ground. Then I turned around and looked. I saw a 2-bit gangster wearing a bedsheet, with a Yushi in his mouth. You've got some skills. No wonder Sun fell into your hands. Sanji, who was wearing sunglasses, said with disdain. What are you talking to him for? Just kill him. Throw him into the sea and feed him to pigs. To avenge Sun's death. Seeing that a few people are coming, I told everyone to back off. However, I just turned around and wanted to run away. A 480-yard foot suddenly fell. This is no way out, kid. Shit, we're attacked from both sides. Blood Pupil, Precious. Can you beat it? Bloodshot says he's a man of principle. If you can beat him, you have to beat him. Even if you can't beat him, it's not worth it. So he suggests I surrender. Precious also agreed. Only the chainsaw ghost has a lot of blood left. I still have 10 drops of blood left. I'm gonna fight 10 of them. Then the man in the bedsheet came forward. You're Linamo, aren't you? How dare you mess with Snow Phoenix's men? You really don't know how to write the word death. Just when I was about to run away, the yellow hair behind me slammed the coffin board on the ground. What are you looking at? I'm watching you, I said in fear. 3 brothers. This is a robbery. Wang Dan flicked off the jade brook in his hand. We do not rob money. I was in a dilemma. But if we want to rob you for sex, there are too many of you. The 3 of you vomited all of a sudden. Damn, I've met a psychopath. Ding, congratulations, the host has gained 30 defense points. It's disgusting. Kill him now. With that, the corrosive ghosts beside him rushed up. I was about to summon the contracted ghosts for defense. 2 smoke bombs suddenly fell from the sky, with 2 loud bangs. Smoke that smelled like chrysanthemums billowed up from a radius of several million meters. All of them coughed up at once. They couldn't see a thing. Luckily, I prepared the Asian version of personalized masks in advance. Armed myself. Then I followed the rope that suddenly appeared in front of me. Climbed up. Then the clown girl appeared in midair and said, "Grab it." I was so surprised that it was you. So he and I held hands for the first time. On the ground, Brother Sheets and the others also noticed this scene. They immediately asked the vampire to chase after them. The sunglasses man rode on the vampire and shouted, "Race me to the speed limit." Looking for death seeing this situation. I said, "No. This guy is flying too fast." But the clown girl smiled and pulled out a bottle. And pulls out a bottle of sick pepper spray. And sprayed 2 tons of it on the vampire and the sunglasses guy. Both of them were immediately blinded. Their eyes went deaf. Their mouths erupted in fire and they fell out of the air. The ground was sunk 2.5 meters into the ground. And me, clown girl, and I rode away on his contracted ghosts. I smiled and scratched my head and said, "Why did you save me?" But the clown girl said arrogantly, "My lady, I just don't like the people from Snow Phoenix Academy. I just don't like the way they do things at Snow Phoenix Academy. Well, I thought after our first meeting. I thought you were attracted to my sex appeal." Then the clown girl took me to her house. The first time I went to a girl's house, I was a little nervous. "It's just that your place is so shabby, isn't it?" But the clown girl smiled and said, "This is just one of my strongholds." Then she took off her shoes. She sat on the edge of the bed and wiggled her feet. "Whenever I'm hunted, I come to the stronghold. Besides this place, I have more than 800 other strongholds to escape from." "Awesome, awesome. You saved my life. Although I can't promise you my life right away. But at least I need to know your name." "I'm in Ran, the clown girl who smiles cheerfully. And as in Anran. Ran as in Anran." But I was shocked. "You have the same last name as my mom. It's a rare surname in Xia. I've met tens of billions of people. You and my mom are the only ones whose last name is in." And Ran was sad when she heard that. "In fact, I have my mom's last name too. She's been in the hospital for a long time." I was touched by what she said. "She's about the same age as my sister. But she lives like an adult." Then I patted her on the shoulder. "So you were a robber before. You robbed me just to pay for your mother's medical bills? Is that why you hate the security bureau?" But she suddenly stood up. She shouted, "That's not the main reason. That's not the main reason. I hate the director of security, Gao Longqin. In order to get the information he wanted, he deliberately approached my mother, and took more than 10,000 oaths, and finally gave birth to me. But after tricking my mother, he immediately abandoned us. He even sent someone to hurt my mother. He even took the ghost of my destiny from me, and gave it to his eldest daughter, Sissy Gao. My mother has been hospitalized because of him. The ghost king that Gao Shishir is so proud of was mine." When I heard that, I suddenly realized Gao Shishir's great reputation. She stole her sister's ghost of destiny. She's really shameless. Then I consoled Gao Longqin, this Wang Judon. He's not human at all. It's more painful than bone setting. Gao Shishir is also a nasty bitch who is not glamorous. At that, and Ran broke down in tears. It's not enough that he hurt me, but he also hurt my mother. I slapped him on the shoulder and the whole province shut me down. Director Gao was part of it. And you saved my life. For these 2 reasons. I'll definitely take revenge for you. I'll kill this trashy woman." When I heard that, Enran was touched. But the next moment, he laughed and said, "What are you thinking? There are so many of them. We're no match for them. Besides, you've just offended Snow Phoenix's men. Don't be impulsive now. I understand. Of course, we have to stay calm. I'm going to the White Sheep Academy soon. Don't worry. I'll take off sooner or later to avenge you and me." Then I found out. The Black Fury gang are all persecuted by the Security Bureau. And the tomb at the White Sheep College is also one of their strongholds. For security reasons, they usually sleep either in the caves of ancient tombs, or in abandoned morgues and warehouses. At that moment, I noticed that his sleeves were torn. It was heartbreaking. So, I took out the rollerballs I earned from the college entrance exam and saved my life. "You can't save my life for nothing. I'll give you half of this bag of ghost beads." Enran quickly waved his hand and refused. "No, I don't need your charity and sympathy. I just want the beads I robbed." "Then take this as your robbery." He quickly refused. I said no, so I don't want it. But at that moment, the whole bag of ghost beads fell to the ground. What's embarrassing is, inside was the N95 dual-use mask I bought for Precious. This scene made us freeze for 2.5 seconds. Immediately after, Enran immediately shouted, "So you're a pervert?" I was like, Kong, no. Listen to my defense. "No, let me explain." Then I pointed at Precious and said I bought it for her. At that, Enran was skeptical. "Okay, I'll believe you." Then I pulled out the $8 million I won in the duel. "If you hadn't saved me, I'd be dead or crippled. Half of this should be yours too." Enran couldn't refuse anymore. "Okay, I won't take it for free. Whenever you need me, I'll be there whenever you need me. It's a deal." Then I realized that right now 2 young men and 2 young women with a lot of blood in their veins are now alone in a warehouse in the middle of nowhere. So I went outside and pretended to listen to the rain. And Anrin graciously came to me. It's pouring. You can't go back. Why don't we play something exciting?